When a traditional artist enters the digital world of painting, you bring preconceived expectations of how a brush variant should render on the canvas. I was delighted to find that painter brushes behave very closely to their traditional counterparts. If a brush is not giving me the results I expect, I can customize the brush to the next level and obtain that perfect brush stroke. With brush creation at the heart of painter, it has never been easier to create that perfect brush for oils, pastels, watercolors, and more. For this painting, I wanted to work with pastels and create a moody garden scene with lots of atmosphere. When I paint traditionally, I always have my reference image either on a monitor to refer to or printed out. Painter's new reference image option is perfect for me and allows me to refer to my photo for guidance when needed. To use the reference image option, from the window menu choose Window and then come down to Reference Image and select it. And what happens is it'll open up this great little reference image for you that you can resize on your screen and use to refer to when needed. To begin, I opened the Pastels brush category and chose the Real Soft Pastel variant. I knew I would be using this brush often, so I needed to create a custom palette. A custom palette is just like having all your traditional media tools in one place. Let's go ahead and create a custom palette, and we do that by opening the brush category, holding down the Shift key, and simply dragging the brush out onto the interface. Name these palettes for specific projects you are working on, such as oils or chalk paintings. Or if you are painting for a client, name the custom palette with the client's name or the job number. This way you can refer back to this custom palette at any time and add all those brushes and options that you're using often in this particular painting. When I started to paint the middle ground of the scene, I knew I would need a brush that had some texture and a small amount of jitter, or what we call stippling. The stroke jitter, which is located on the brush's property bar, enabled me to create that perfect brush. But let's take a look at something even better. The new advanced brush control allows me to customize this brush even further. By clicking on the advanced brush controls icon, it brings up all the attributes of this particular brush that I'm using, the Real Soft Pastel. I can also change paper textures by selecting the perfect paper for the media I have chosen, giving the final painting a very realistic texture. Color is extremely important to me as well, and working with colors I know from the traditional painting is an important feature for me. Creating the perfect value scale is just a few clicks away with a new color set selection option. I now have more control over my color choices. Let's go ahead and look at that. This is a color set based upon the pastel painting that I'm currently working on. What I did was simply make a selection out of a certain part of the image, and then going to the flyout, I selected New Color from Selection. I can name it and then select the number of colors that I want sampled from this particular selection. From as few as 1 or 2 all the way up to 256. So we now have a lot more control over the number of colors that we choose. From creating grayscale thumbnail sketches to finished works of art, Painter is a perfect choice for a traditional painter who is looking for a digital art alternative. It just does not get any better for emulating natural media on the digital canvas.